Hi guys, and welcome to a new episode of Brave Dog Training Online's Women Power playlist. This is Sammy, I'm Anita, and today we're gonna talk about change and are you ready for success with your dog? Have fun! Alright, so most of the people out there are not ready to change something about themselves or their routines. And 90% of those people will not be able to train their dog successfully. They will not. It's not possible. And the 10% are lucky, because the 10% are the people who have never learned to be impolite to their dogs, who just have a natural connection to their gut and they just do the right thing instinctively from the beginning. And yes, that works. But it's not only how we behave, it's also our routines. So, for example, as children, we learn in my country that you have to approach a dog with an outstretched hand into his face so he can smell you. And the larger a human gets, the more he has to bend over to reach a dog's face. So first we have a hand in the face, that's very impolite. Second, we have a bent over human with eye contact to the dog, which is very, very, very impolite, if not a sign of, danger for the dog. So this is something we have to change immediately as soon as we recognize that we are doing that. And especially with our own dogs. Because what happens is, and what I see so many people do, because I don't know, it's just, I don't know, is, for example, you want to train your dog to stop barking at other dogs, and instead of barking, you want him to look at you. So you introduce an attention signal first, like, look, and your dog looks at you, all right? And of course you reward that because your dog did something right, and you mark and reward. Okay, that's good. But what most people I've seen until now do is they give a treat and then they touch your face. And the dog stops doing the behavior all the time, every single time with no exception. Why? Because the smushy face touch thingy is so uncomfortable in that moment that it is actually a punishment for the behavior. And so the dog stops doing it. And when you are not ready to look at yourself critically and to assess what you're doing and maybe film yourself in certain situations where your dog's acting weird, because at the beginning, when we start questioning our own behavior and we start the process of changing, we sometimes need a little help. And videos are absolutely awesome for that, because we get an outside perspective of things and we see all the little things that we do and we are not really aware of while we're doing them. So film yourselves. And for that, you only need your phone. So this is not really tricky. And yes, of course, I have a little tripod for that. And It cost me, I don't know, I think $10 or something like that. So yeah, huge investment. Okay, that set aside. But this is something that can really help you, and it will help you figure out why your dog is acting weird and why your dog is averting you in the situation. Maybe because you're just impolite. And there's something you can change. And you don't have to beat yourself up because of it, because we all do it. It's very human. And we have learned to do that and stuff like that. So, yeah. And as for our routines, sometimes we have to change our routines for our dogs. Because, for example, if you have a dog who is just uncomfortable with other dogs and he lunges at every dog, and your typical route through your neighborhood is meeting 15 dogs. I say 15 dogs because that was what I experienced with Sammy in the beginning, and it actually was 15 dogs. And in about, I don't know, 30 minutes or something like that. So this was very, very, very much. All right. So it can be less. It doesn't matter. And your dog lunges at every single one of them. Then you have to change your routine. You have to walk either another route at another time. You have to drive your dog somewhere if your dog can ride in a car and doesn't get sick. And you have to, you have to do it that way. You have to use management to get a foot in the door, because it's just necessary for training to work. You cannot just have your dog show the unwanted behavior all the time and expect your dog to change it. It will not happen. And what I hear very often is, well, I cannot let my dog decide my life or whatever. Huh? But we adopt the dog, and either we haven't done our research, so we chose a dog who doesn't fit our lifestyle, or we have been lied to by the animal rescue organization, or the dog has changed, or something we couldn't know up front has happened. All those things are possible, and we're now stuck with a dog that is not really a perfect fit for our routine. And I will do a video about that. But for now, we cannot just leave the dog hanging with that and just say, oh, well, he doesn't fit my lifestyle, but he just has to deal with it on his own and I don't give a crap. Because that's not fair. That's not fair. We have to give our dogs a chance to adapt to our lifestyle, and for that we need to change it for a while. And if we're not willing to do that, then nothing will change. It is as simple as that. And if you had the courage and the bravery to stick with me until now, congrats, because you have made the first step of change. And therefore, if you want great success with your dog, and if you're ready to work on your dog and on your own, go to the description and pick your poison. choose what fits you, choose what you need with your dog right now, and start training. You're gonna have results. And of course, we cannot change everything because living situations and stuff like that are not always as easy to change. But if we start with ourselves, our path is wide open. I wish you an amazing time with your dog, and I wish you an amazing time figuring out how you can have success together, and I wish you an amazing time with your course, and we'll see each other next time. Until then, bye!